Hey everybody, this is Kyle. It seems like I have not moved this around as much. There we go. Sorry to jostle you around so much, but I had to get my cables in the picture because that's really important. So, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about my song, Color Hearts, the acoustic version, and how I had a couple big problems to solve as I worked on this version of it. First thing right off the bat, my usual second Thursday of the month story behind the song videos, and I've been doing these story behind the song videos for a couple years now. This one's going to be a little bit shorter. If you want to see the full video, please sign up on my Patreon. It's $1 a month, $12 a year. If you go to a gig, see somebody sitting there playing guitar, someone playing songs on with some instrument and singing along, you drop $1 in their tip jar. It's kind of like doing the same thing, except for it's $1 in the tip jar each month. And the first problem I had with this song in the acoustic version is how do I bring some energy coming across with the acoustic version? And what I've been doing whenever I work on acoustic versions of songs is I will usually not listen to a metronome and play the song just as I'm feeling it, slowing down a little bit, adding some dynamics, some tempo changes and things like that. The problem for me personally, and I mentioned this in other videos, is my internal tempo is still the teenage punk rock wannabe Kyle, where things are a bit faster than they probably need to be. And for an acoustic version of a song, that wasn't, the best approach. Although this particular song does have quite a bit of energy to it. So when approaching a song acoustically, the main obstacle to get over was how to add dynamics and how to not go too fast. In these acoustic projects, what I will usually do is run my acoustic guitar direct and have a microphone in the room and then pan those a little bit. Sometimes and I usually have a second guitar that comes in, which I usually go direct. Every once in a while, I'll just mic it. It just kind of depends on when I sit down to record, how it ends up, what I'm feeling in that particular moment. But for example, I will set the panning to like direct microphone, where this is center, so it seems like, hey, you're in a room, there's a guitar player over here, maybe another one comes in over here. So if you're listening with headphones or in a stereo field, you get a little bit of separation, which, is what you're supposed to be doing when you produce music. So to further this idea some more, like I mentioned, having a second guitar come in, that will add some energy and things. And then I will use a tambourine. On these acoustic sessions, I'm going as purely acoustic as I can. Although I'm adding a second guitar and often vocal harmonies, it is just me. And I'm trying to mimic, whenever I sit down and play this song all by myself and the way I want it to come across, that's what I'm trying to capture, with some additional guitar, tambourine, and vocals as it seems to fit. With this particular song, I recorded the guitars, did the vocals, and I was thinking, I want to jam, I want to have some fun with this. I know a lot of times for contemporary music, and all the Kevins listen to like, oh, I like guitar, I like stuff that's from the 70s. Yeah, not everybody likes to listen to stuff that is decades old. Even though I'm decades old, to be honest with you, I just wanted to play. So I just turn on record and start jamming along, and the guitar fills and things that you hear in there were just stuff I was feeling at the moment. Whenever I listen back to it now, it really has some strong Dire Straits vibes. And I really did not like Dire Straits back in the 80s. When people would go on and on about, I can't think of the guitar player's name as I'm talking right now. So people would go on and on about the band later on, how great that guitar player is. I was like, I don't feel the notes that he's playing. He's a very good guitar player, he's way better than me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I listen to Dire Straits and I don't care. But that's a me thing. It doesn't have to be a you thing, and that's the cool thing about music is you can hear a song and feel something different than what other people feel. That's the cool thing. So problem number 2 here is, how did I take a source song and not make it seem like I was copying a song that I was kind of copying? Now this part is going to be on the Patreon one, and yeah, I know I'm dropping bombs here going, oh my gosh, I'm sure someone will say, like 14. I have full watch, and then they have no idea what I'm even talking about here. But this problem of how did I not play a different song and play the song I was wanting to play, an original song? How did I make that happen? So anyway, bye now for YouTube. But the rest of this video is on Patreon.